iPhone 3GS iOS 6 versus iPhone SE iOS 10 coming up right now. Let's go. What is up, guys? Nick here from Everything Tech, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to the iPhone 3GS iOS 6 versus the iPhone SE iOS 10.2.1. Now, the purpose of this video is not to go ahead and compare these and say you should buy the 3GS. We know that's not true. Nobody's gonna buy a 3GS these days, but we're gonna just kind of see the evolution of the small iPhone, as this is one of the oldest iPhones available. Not even available anymore, it's been discontinued. 2009, the iPhone 3GS. This is more like the 3G iPhone, and this is Apple's latest SE for the small iPhone lineup. Now, Apple should be updating the iPhone SE this month here in March. That's according to the rumors. They might bring a 128 gigabyte model here, but this retains the classic iPhone 5S design. But let's go ahead and boot these guys up at the same time and see which one gets to the home screen first. So 3, 2, 1. And it's kind of funny because, the iOS 10 is a lot more feature rich. So even though the iPhone 3GS is a very old phone, it actually performs pretty decently because iOS 6 was a very light operating system. It didn't have too much features, very simple. So it was a very good performing operating system, iOS 6, and a lot of people did like it. But we're looking at a 3.5-inch screen here on the tiny iPhone 3GS, and there's the SE rocketing to the home screen. So of course, iOS 6 is not going to beat the SE. But let me go ahead and confirm the software here on the SE iOS 10.2.1. You can see right there the latest. We will be updating, but you can see there's the 3GS. Not too bad. I mean, it's 2017. This phone is like 8 years old. That was not too bad there. And you guys, who misses that slide to unlock there on iPhone 3GS? You could see right there. So you can see one more time. I mean, look how decently smooth that is here for being like an 8-year-old phone here. A lot different here now on the iOS 10.2.1 here. So the iPhone 3GS did have a beautiful 320 by 480p display that is less than 720p and not even a retina display. So super sharp. No, I'm just being a little bit funny here. This wasn't the best display in the world here, but it did get the job done for its era. So you can see if we just go into a couple of apps, they actually still open quite well here on the 3GS. I mean, yeah, they're not fast, but still, you can still run these applications just fine here. And actually, this performs like better than the Apple iPhone 4S does on iOS 10 that I have. So a 600 megahertz Cortex A8 here on the iPhone 3GS, and 256 megabytes of RAM. So these was back in the days when Apple barely had ever any RAM on their devices. And Apple's always been conservative with RAM. Even to this day, they're conservative with RAM. But let's go ahead and do a couple of tests here. So let's go ahead and close everything out here on the iPhone SE, and let's go ahead and close everything out here on the 3GS. You can see the old style icons there. Remember this, going through our icons like this? Wasn't those the days right there of the iPhone 3GS? So let's go ahead and do some applications that are similar. Let's begin with the calendar on both devices, and you could see iPhone SE and now the 3GS. But did you see that was only what, 2 seconds slower? Not bad for being an 8-year-old phone. Where's the calculator? 3, 2, 1. You could see the 3GS. Was that faster on the 3GS? Are you kidding me? Hold on, let's see that one more time. You've seen about the same there on the calculator. So coming back home, so basic functions still perform about the same here in 2017. There is the 3GS, not too far behind. Now the picture quality on the 3GS is horrible there, but let's go ahead and go into weather. And also, I wanted to make this video for those of you who, surprisingly, some people actually still use the iPhone 3GS, and they're finally updating to the latest and greatest iPhone SE. And let me tell you guys, this right here is a massive jump pretty much in every single area of the device. Better screen, better build quality. It's not a massive jump in screen size. It's only half an inch bigger, so not a big jump in screen size. If you do have an older 3GS, 4S, anything like that, the SE does have a much better camera than pretty much all the old iPhones. So anyway, let's go ahead and do weather. I think I did weather. Let's try that again. You can see the 3GS struggling to load there. What about the phone dialer here? You can see the 3GS, not bad. And let me know what you guys think of this old software. Did you like the older school software better, or do you like this new school stuff right here on iOS 10? I mean, I really missed the old school iconography and things like this on this design, the flat UI. They did change it. I know we do have to advance here with the newer, fonts, but I really did like the old iOS 6 here. I thought it was really clean. It looked very neat. And there's the notes right there. You can see, hello, this is a new note on the iPhone 3GS. Looks like an old, like one of those pads, one of those memo pads. So I really did like that. But iOS 10 is very clean too as well. So the 3GS only had a Wi-Fi BG, so not even BGN or anything like that, and no fingerprint scanner. I mean, this was way before fingerprint technology. We just had that home button, and some people don't like that, some people did like that, but that little icon in there was supposed to signify applications on the iPhone. Now over here, you do have a fingerprint scanner, first generation, but back in this time, the 3GS was actually probably more money than you would spend on an iPhone SE today. So the SE is a really good value for those of you looking to jump to it here. Now on the iPhone SE, you do get 2 GB of RAM, so much incredible improvement here over the iPhone 3GS here. Now, these older iPhones did have really good battery life due to the fact that they were simple, they were light, they didn't run too much things. So, the SE probably still better battery life than the 3GS, but this iPhone 3GS can really go pretty far. It doesn't have a super high resolution display, making it last much better here. But other than that, you can see, look at that. I mean, look at that washed out display. The Retina display right there on the SE is a lot better there for the iPhone SE. But let's go ahead and try multitasking now. Wait, can you even multitask on the iPhone 3GS? Let's see. Let's see if you can actually go into these applications. Calendar at the same time. And yes, you can. So you can see the 3GS did hold it pretty well there. Let's go into the phone dialer right here. And you can see, not bad there for the 3GS. It's just funny to see how this old phone can still perform pretty well here. So if you just wanted a phone that you didn't want to be bothered with all the smartphone functions, I mean, you could scoop up a 3GS for like $30 and just have kind of a dumb phone these days. It's not really a dumb phone. You could still do some smart functions, but I mean, it's kind of slow that you're not going to get much done on a 3GS. But man, for those of you who upgraded to iOS, what was it, iOS 7, 8, 9 on the older iPhones, that really did slow down a lot of iPhones. So let's go to camera there, and you can see the 3GS does drag to load. And I mean, we've gotten all the way up to 4K video recording there on the iPhone SE. So like I say, for those of you who were asking, Nick, do a comparison between the iPhone 3GS and the iPhone SE, you really do get the massive jump there in the camera department. That's the biggest jump. Let me pull in something to take a picture of here so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's get this dumb right here. You guys ever had these little dumb suckers right there? So let's go ahead and usually pass these out at the bank for free. You can see the picture, focus, boom. And on camera, you would say oh, that picture's okay. That's not too shabby there on the iPhone 3GS. But trust me, in person, this is pretty grainy here for the iPhone 3GS. Let's try this out here on the iPhone SE. See that dumb right there? And you could see, let's focus in. And this pretty much has the same camera as the iPhone 6S. So you can see the massive improvements here that we have made in the camera departments here over the years. So I mean, just look at that, the level of detail, just much better there on the iPhone SE. That's a better look at it, honestly, right there. You can see just the grain that you're gonna get on the older iPhone there. So I hope I didn't make you guys hungry with that dum. You guys might wanna go pick one of those babies up right now here. So yeah, what else are we gonna talk about here? For those of you who like to game, just forget about it on the 3GS. You're not really going to do much gaming at all on an iPhone 3GS, and that is where the iPhone SE is just one heck of a champ there, is in the gaming department. Now, in terms of Safari, you can actually still browse the web here on the iPhone 3GS. Surprisingly, it does run decent. So if I go into Google here, and then I go into, like, say I go into weather or something, I can still like check the weather and do some quick browsing stuff. It's pretty slow, and this doesn't support LTE, so when you're out and about on your SIM card, you're really gonna have some pretty slow Wi-Fi. But you can still browse the web a little bit here, a little bit choppy there. You've seen that lag right there. But man, I think iPhones were pretty smooth way back then in the day. You know, they've gotten much better, but they've always been pretty smooth here. And that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up between the iPhone 3GS and the iPhone SE. Like I say, this one was just for fun. This one was just to help those out who possibly might be out there with an iPhone 3GS. I don't know if it's many of you, but honestly, I just did this video fun just to see the advancements, the evolution that iPhone has made from the iPhone 3GS up into the SE. I mean, what a difference, guys. What a difference there. I mean, just look at the difference. It's pretty different there from the iPhone 3GS here. Anyways, that's gonna wrap this one. If you guys enjoyed it, go ahead and click the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel for more technology videos like this. This was Nick here, up in a master your technology, and suggest anything you would like to see. I will catch you all in the next one. Enjoy your Sunday. Be sure to be well, and peace.